full of peace and love. That is the reason for my existence in this world. The infinite peace I felt as I rode piggyback on the broad back of my father during my childhood. It was the happiness my father's love gave me. In the 1920s, when times were hard, my great-grandfather said on his deathbed that if we fed the people from all over Korea, then blessings from all parts of Korea would come flowing in. My granduncle, Myung Moon, said it was a blessing to be able to die for one's country. And so he had participated in the independence movement. And I, the small-eyed Myung Moon of Osan House, who related to and loved all the animals, plants, and people in the world, thus learned the right way to live in the world. Finally, after I offered fervent prayers on matters of life and death, Jesus reached out his hand to me. He asked me to undertake a special mission in this world because God was in sorrow due to humanity's suffering. Though I was penniless, I made a pilgrimage around Korea and saw the despair and anguish of the Korean people. And Myung Moon was born anew to save the people and establish the kingdom of God on earth. While I was studying abroad in Japan, I only took 2 meals a day and used some sheets of newspaper in place of a blanket at night. As I suffered more than others, I could understand the will of God to save humanity. Because I had participated in the independence movement during my college days, I was taken into the custody of the Japanese police and tortured until I vomited blood and was more dead than alive. At the age of 26, I went to Pyongyang following the will of God. After I began witnessing, I was falsely accused of being a spy from South Korea and was imprisoned at a forced labor camp in Hungnam for 2 years and 8 months. The path I followed was one of tribulations and hardship on the brink between life and death. However, I knew only too well that this was the path that Myung Moon must follow. The number of my followers increased explosively. Feeling threatened, these 2 universities dismissed 5 professors and expelled 14 students. We were labeled as a sham, heretical religious group. I was imprisoned in Sottimun prison under false charges of having broken the military service law, but 3 months later was found innocent and discharged. I became the person with the fullest stomach in the world, not from the food I ate, but from all the insults I... The family is the base camp for world peace. I preached that by practicing true love based on fidelity to one's spouse, we could form true families. In April 1960, I was married to my wife, Hak Ja Han. She gave birth to 14 children. Giving birth to and raising 14 children in 20 years was a very difficult thing to do, and yet she never showed it. In order to establish an exemplary family through true love, my wife and I walked a thorny path and showed others that the family is the beginning point of a peaceful world. The perfection of one person, as well as the perfection of world peace, can only be achieved through the family. In 2004, I returned to my homeland of Korea after 34 years. This was because I knew that it was on the Korean peninsula that the heavenly fortune resides, through which human civilization can bear fruit and be reborn as the axis of world peace. The ultimate goal of religion is to perfect a world of love and peace in this substantial world. In various ways, I have devoted myself entirely to the cause of world peace. Through education and through cultural and artistic undertakings, I have raised people who love God, humankind, and their nation. I have cultivated the ocean and become a central person in the oceanic era. I am preparing for the oceanic era and the aerospace industry era by solving the problems of human poverty and limited energy resources. For more than 20 years, I have continued my efforts to conserve and preserve the Pantanal region in Brazil as a contribution to advancing environmental conservation. To convey the words of heaven, I have traveled across 180 nations of the world and given thousands of lectures. In various fields, including economics, the media, and academia, I have continued to walk down this difficult path towards world peace, always with a heart of love. The era of cultural revolution, wherein all people live together in harmony in the same environment. Ventures to connect the world as one are currently underway, including the International Peace Highway, the Korea-Japan Undersea Tunnel, and the Bering Strait project. And prominent people from all walks of life and from all over the world are participating in these undertakings together with me. I wish the world was a peaceful place. I wish people would love each other. I wish poverty, starvation, conflict, and suffering could disappear from all corners of the world. Even now, I pray again and again that every person on the earth will be reborn as a peace-loving global citizen, transcending the barriers of religion, ideology, and race.